Section 2.5, example 2, solve the quadratic equation by factoring. Solve the quadratic equation by factoring x squared plus 8x plus 15. So kind of going off of the same thing that we did earlier, we're looking for two numbers that multiply to 15 and two numbers that add to a positive 8. Factors of 15 are going to be 1 times 15, 2, it's not divisible by 2, 3, 3 times 5, not divisible by 4, not, or it is divisible by 5, but we already have that value right here. All right, so since both of these, or since 15 ends up being positive, it's going to be the sum of these two numbers. So 1 plus 15 gives us 16. That doesn't look quite right, so it's not going to be that one. And down here, 3 and 5, 3 plus 5 gives us 8. Perfect. So we're looking for a combination of 3 and 5. Now looking at this 8x, instead of writing 8x, I'm going to write it as a combination or the sum of 3x and 5x. So x squared plus 3x plus 5x plus 15 is equal to 0. And now from here, what we're going to do is factor by grouping. So grouping the first two terms together, grouping the second two terms together, and factoring out as much as we possibly can from each of the groups. So with this first group, I see that there is an coefficient that we could factor out, so like a numerical value. So we're going to move on to our variable. It looks like we could factor out at most an x. And then x squared divided by x is going to leave us with x. 3x divided by x is going to leave us with 3. And that's it there. Plus, and here it looks like we could factor out a 5 from each of the terms, at most a 5. And that leaves us with 5x divided by 5 is going to be x. 15x divided by 5 is going to be 3. And from here, I see that we could treat these two as terms, and each of them have that x minus 3 in common. So we could factor out that x minus 3. And when we factor it out from this group here, we're left with just x. And when we factor it out from this group here, we're left with just a positive 5. From here, we could use our zero product property as we did in the first example. So setting each of those equal to 0. And plus 3 both sides, and we're just going to solve for x in each of those parts. And we're left with x equals 3. Subtract 5 from both sides. X is equal to a negative 5. So our solution set is going to be x is equal to negative 5, comma 3. And that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, bye.